off the TV, still in denial. Suddenly his door opens a little and a creepy hand peeks into the room. Dean throws a chair at the door, getting his parents' attention. He rushes to close the door to keep them out and pushes some furniture to block it. Then the hangers in his closet move and Dean's death comes out to grab his head, putting his body through the motions of a car crash. All the injuries start appearing in his body, breaking his bones and damaging his organs. By the time his parents manage to burst into the room, they find the dead body collapsing on the ground. Meanwhile, Chris and Ellie look for Rel in his room, but he isn't around. They find pictures of him at the steel mill where he works and a comic of an anti-hero killing a bad guy, which may be a clue. Outside the church, Rel watches Noah say goodbye to the children. Once everyone is gone, Rel goes inside with a gun and shoots a vase to prove to Noah that he's serious. Suddenly the church bell rings and Rel is distracted, so Noah jumps on him to try to disarm him. They fight until Rel collapses and Noah gets the gun, but when he tries to shoot it doesn't work. Rel hits Noah with a tray to knock him out. Later Noah wakes up to find himself tied to a chair in the steel mill. Rel takes the illegal substances from his pocket and forces him to swallow them all. Then Rel gets some blood from his own hand and pulls out the whistle, which gives his arm goosebumps. When Rel is about to mark Noah, the girls arrive to stop him, but he keeps them back by pointing the gun at them. Noah starts begging for mercy and combined with the girls' pleas, it makes Rel pull his arm back. Rel says that everyone has to die once, which gives Chris an idea. At that moment Rel starts hearing his death and his injured arm is pulled by an invisible force, making him drop the gun. The girls grab him to try to save him, but it's too late, his body starts to disintegrate because he was supposed to die in the grinder. When only half his body is left, it explodes. While Noah passes out, Chris has a breakdown and Ellie has to calm her down, reminding her that she had an idea. The girls rush to Ellie's car to get her hospital supplies as Chris explains her plan. Using insulin, they could stop a heart and bring it back to life with adrenaline. This would count as dying and drive their deaths away. They bring the supplies into the building, where Chris sees her death waiting. Using stuff from the mill, they set up everything and lock the door. Chris wants to save Ellie first, however Ellie surprises her by injecting insulin into her arm, making her realize that her death is depicting this exact moment. Chris' body falls into a tub of freezing water and Ellie keeps it there until the heart stops. As she dies, Chris apologizes to her family. Then Ellie pulls Chris out and injects her with adrenaline before she starts using the defibrillator. Chris almost wakes up, but her death appears in her subconscious and keeps her dead. A desperate Ellie begins to do CPR, but death is keeping a tight grip on Chris. At that moment Noah wakes up and manages to escape the chair. After grabbing the gun, he starts hitting the door with a mace. Then Ellie's death also appears, confirming it was the girl she saw during the assembly. Noah opens a hole in the door and inserts his arm to open fire, destroying the defibrillator and hurting Ellie. This doesn't stop her from repeating Chris' name, which gives her enough strength to finally push death away. Chris wakes up and finds Ellie having a seizure on the floor while her death watches. At that moment Noah comes inside and says God has a job for everyone. He touches Ellie's blood, causing her death to disappear. Then his own death appears and he opens fire, but every bullet hurts his